income statement. Other than that, I don't know I can answer any questions other than what's been presented. We still await next year's budget, I believe, from now. No, we've already done that, haven't we? I think so. Anything further? Entertain a motion for filing purposes only.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and seconded by Commissioner Richardson to approve for filing purposes only the Henderson County 911 Communication District Statement of Income and Expense for fiscal year May 1st, 2022 through April 30th, 2023. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 3 is consider and take action on property tax collection contracts between Henderson County and the following taxing authorities. So please bear with me. The City of Athens, City of Brownsboro, Caney City, City of Chandler, City of Enchanted Oaks, City of Eustis, City of Frankston, City of Gun Barrel, City of Log Cabin, City of Malakoff, City of Payne Springs, City of Star Harbor, City of Toole, City of Trinidad, Athens ISD, Brownsboro ISD, Crossroads ISD, Frankston ISD, LaPorte ISD, Malakoff ISD, Murchison ISD, Trinidad ISD, Trinity Valley Community College, Henderson County Emergency Service District number 1, ESD number 2, ESD number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, Henderson County Levy District number 3, and the Athens Municipal Water Authority. And court, we do this every year as we are required to, if they so desire, to collect these revenues for these entities. That's why when the public receives a Henderson County tax statement, it has many more entities on there than just ours. So, good morning.
Good morning. We're waiting on Eustis ISD, but they don't have their meeting till the end of the month.
Is that the only one outstanding?
Yes, sir. We got Fire District 2, didn't we, Angie, yesterday? I think it was. Yes, yes.
Do we,
So
I
just-
thought we did some for Maybank. Do we not do any Maybank ISD?
No, sir, that's
Kaufman
collected
does
by
that for us?
Kaufman. Yes, sir.
And there are a few of these that are for past
Correct.
delinquent taxes.
Gun Barrel City.
Gun Barrel City, we only collect any delinquent tax there because they do not have a current ad valorem setting, correct, Commissioner?
True.
So, this is why everybody thinks that Henderson County is leveling that entire tax bill, because it's got our name at the top, but we are required to do this with these entities. Any other questions or comments? With this, we'll need, if we approve these, we need to have authorization for the judge to sign.
So moved to approve.
Second, with the judge's signature.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the aforementioned property tax collection contracts with all the entities stated with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you, ma'am. Item number 4, consider and take action on conditional approval for tax safety funding with authorization for electronic signature. Ms. Brown.
Good morning, Court. This funding is provided by TxDOT. It is the Selective Traffic Enforcement Program. It's implemented to boost driving while intoxicating, speeding, and seatbelt enforcement by the deployment of off-duty police officers. So the amount we would be awarded if we receive final approval would cover overtime expenses for officers out for those purposes. So it does require an initial signature for this conditional approval. And it is electronic signature.
Questions, Court?
So it'll be a matching.
It is, but it's an in-kind, so we will be able to match it with salaries that we're providing already.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion with judge's authorization of the electronic signature.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the traffic safety funding with the authorization electronic by the judge.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and seconded by Commissioner McCann to approve is it a contract or a grant?
It's just approving the initial conditional approval. So it is a grant, but it is not yet a contract because we have not been approved.
Conditional approval of the traffic safety funding grant with county judge's authorization for electronic signature. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Item number 5 is consider and take action on Henderson County Health, Employee Health Benefits Plan. And I believe we're going to need to silence your phones, please. Ms. Monk?
Yeah, the committee had a meeting Friday. Right, I was traveling, so I couldn't hear much of it. So we might want another committee member to speak on what was discussed Friday. I think after everything that was considered and all the benefits we could get with PAC, in fact, the rate didn't change. The entire committee agreed with recommend continuing our relationship.
Commissioners?
Yes, we decided to go with TAC because there was a little bit of cost savings in one of the other vendors, but we figured we've been with TAC so long and the hassle of what we went through when we went from a PPO to HMO on all the paperwork, getting everybody straightened out with their PCPs and all that stuff, that if we was to go with a different vendor, that we was going to start all over again on people not being insured and having to change PCPs because they wasn't a provider and accept the insurance and different stuff like that. So,
It's important to point out that TAP also provides us with a lot of things that we would have had to pay for if we went with the other vendor, like the 1095Cs, there's a fee of $2 per person, have to have 5 tiers, and only 4, have to here's our resource guide for free, or as part of it, so that's a huge savings. The cover administration, it just, what cost savings were there are going to be eaten up with the other costs that we have to incur.
Well, they did ship that, the other companies did. It was cheaper to go with them, but they slid the, what do you call it? The out-of-pocket expense rose tremendously.
deductible went up by 500, I think. The deductible went up by 500 with the other company.
Yeah. And anyway, I stated on the deal, and I'll state it here, that we rode the shirt tails of TAC and the pool for so long. We're in a great deal of 90.23% below the break-even point, and I felt like we owed it to TAC to stay there, but $100 difference of the other companies was not a win to go with somebody else with all the paperwork they had to be. So also that the deal that we got is the $10,000 benefit. Is that the whole, or is that some other kind of?
That's a separate conversation.
Okay.
Life insurance.
Yes.
After we had our workshop, did she get us back the information on the number of claims versus the severity of claims, so we can kind of play with the numbers?
As of Friday, she did not receive that from Jonathan.
Okay. Yeah, I was, regardless, this is a win. This is the first time we have not had an increase, and we couldn't tell how long.
I know it's the first time since I've been on the court in 7 years that we hadn't had a sizable increase in the insurance cost.
in February, March, or April, I don't know what time frame that was, but it was projected us to have a 6.5% increase. And what the court did last year for our employees was going to be wiped away. And so the RFP did its job.
All right. Any further discussion concerning the Henderson County Employee Health Benefits Plan?
Or are we gonna make different motions, because we have the dental, and then the vision, and the additional accidental death?
Okay. I know that maybe the members do, we don't have that in front of us.
Right, this was presented Friday.
What was presented Friday, we don't currently have in front of us in the backup. If you have to send it to us, permission.
Let me see if I have it on my email.
Yeah, I don't have anything from that.
I think, can we actually, we can make decisions today on the dental and vision as well with the agenda items, is that correct?
Yes, we can do that. We just don't have anything to speak from in our backup.
I'm just saying, I think that we're probably going to try to make a decision on that today because we just got an extension to the 10th
Right.
on all the benefits.
No, I agree. Our intention is to get the approval today.
And after the meetings of the committee, what was the findings of the committee on the dental and the vision?
I believe, I know that the vision, so I was on the cell phone for the meeting, but I know the vision, we had a lengthy discussion about it, and the committee felt, some of us felt that to stay with two vision plans, because as soon as the committee decided to go with vision plan number 1, that everybody would have wanted vision plan number 2. And until we had some better numbers of how many was on each of them and the loss provider, knowing what people were doing, we chose to stay with 2 plans for the vision.
And the 2 plans were TAC and MetLife, same as we are on right now.
Those costs go straight to the employee.
You just said.
So it's not getting out as far as for the county, because the employee takes care of the cost of either one of those plans that they choose, or they can choose both.
And then the dental?
First, I just emailed y'all the presentation. The dental was to stay with TAC. It dropped just a little bit. Where the others were significantly higher.
Okay, so to kind of pull it all together, for the health insurance that is staying with TAC, which is both the HSA and the HMO plans with no changes.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And let me scroll down. Then into the dental,
And there was some added benefits on the dental also too, at the same price.
Yeah.
Right, and the orthodonture now applies to all adults. It's not limited to just people who need.
There's not an age limit on that.
Great.
okay?
It'll pay for implants and implant
And
cleaning.
in place for implants this time, that is also included. And actually, the price actually dropped a little bit with that as well.
Okay, so that's going with the TAC,
Yes,
Blue
sir.
Cross Dental,
Yes, sir.
okay? And then the vision,
The vision, we actually talked about
TAC and
in the
MetLife.
beginning. I had looked at dropping MetLife and just going with one, but I think that everybody on the committee actually said, you know, it's not a cost to the county. It's something the employees pay for only, and to be able to have the benefit of the both so that they can actually go to numerous different vision places. We decided to just stay with both of them. That's the recommendation from the committee.
I think the main thing was that the TAC, a lot of their network providers are in Tyler, and there's not any in Athens. And then with MetLife, they could use Walmart if they wanted to stay here in Athens and not have to travel to go to see an eye, get their glasses and stuff. So.
Okay. All right. And those are the three health benefits that have been presented before us. And to read.
Accidental, the death benefit and accidental.
Okay.
And I just sent y'all, besides in this presentation that Renisha provided Friday, was just on the $5,000. So she finally got everything back on, if we increased it to 10,000, I just sent y'all that also.
Okay, that one's the 5.
It's on the same sheet, Judge.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Okay. For those out there, we have had the accidental death insurance at $5,000 for 30 years. And the court realizes that that has diminished drastically in its value to our, as our benefit. And we had that discussion during the workshop, the court will remember, of discussing moving that up to 10,000. And the committee did discuss that.
Yes.
And what was the committee's thoughts?
To move it up because it was a, I believe she said that,
We had to get those numbers. They come in, what, late
We
Friday?
said the numbers yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
The price will double exactly.
says TAC is offering a $10,000 benefit at the exact same rate as a $5,000 benefit.
Right. Which means it exactly doubles.
Same rate per thousand.
So for an estimated 8,000, let's see, we've got it, who do we got it with? Do we have it with both of them or just one of them?
Just one.
Just one? And I must be on the wrong one. This has got MetLife as well.
Well, that's who,
MetLife and TAC, there are two on that.
yeah, but I think we're going with TAC.
We're with MetLife right now.
Oh, we're with MetLife?
Okay. MetLife is slightly under what TAC proposed with theirs. So the estimated annual premium is $8,340 is what I'm looking at.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. Court's thoughts?
I think we need to move it to 10,000. Just a question, we want to just stay with MetLife or move to TAC? What the committee make a choice on that?
Since we just got this information yesterday.
Oh, okay. Y'all didn't have it Friday.
Well, I mean, we're with MetLife. They went to about $10,000 and it's cheaper. I say we stay with MetLife.
I would like to ask, Mr. Bynum, you've had dealings with this, and MetLife has, how have they done over these years?
MetLife, as far as paying and the process for that, it's been fine. The billing, that's a different story to me. But the background with them is much better than what we had before, which was, can't recall that. right off the bat.
Boy or something like
Yeah,
that?
Voya.
Voya.
MetLife is much better than the Voya process, I'll just put it that way.
Okay.
So I would assume that we'd want to stay with that simply because of the background with how they pay and take care of their business that way. That the billing side is a little difficult. But we can work with that.
You know, this is not something that is used every year,
Right.
thank goodness, but we have had to use it a time or two in the past. Okay. All right. I'm gonna,
Can we make all this in one motion?
yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can. Is there any more items we need to be discussing in this? Does that cover them all? Okay. Well, Court, what we have before us here is the, approving the health benefits for our employees, which covers, TAC for health, dental, and vision, MetLife with vision, and the increase for MetLife in the health, in the life insurance. So, not sure how you want to put that in a motion. I would say that we take the recommendation of the committee in there as well, so. Anybody want to try that motion?
Judge, I move we approve to accept the TAC insurance, both Blue Cross HMO and the HSA, accept the TAC Blue Cross, I just had it, dental, accept the MetLife and TAC Dearborn, our vision, and to increase the MetLife to $10,000 life policy.
Okay, you have a second?
I'll second the motion.
On the recommendation of the committee.
I'll second the motion.
Giving Mary Margaret an opportunity to get that written down. We have a motion by Commissioner Tootley and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the TAC, or the employee health benefits of the TAC Health HMO, HSA, the dental, the TAC Vision, or TAC and MetLife Vision policies, and the MetLife life insurance with the increase to 10,000 benefit at the recommendation of the insurance committee. With all, is that with signatures? Jeff?
Yes.
With all authorized signatures. Any further comment? I would like to add thanks to the committee for them looking into this. Y'all did go out for the RFP, which is, it was time to do that again. We appreciate y'all's additional efforts in that process. So thank you very much. Any other comments? All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. All right. Item number 6 is consider and take action on financial statement and filing affidavit report from Emergency Service District number 7. And in our backup, we have, for number 7, had been reviewed by the audit office. Commissioner McCam, I think the majority of it is in your precinct. It does fall over some in 2 and a little bit into 1. Any comments you'd like to make?
This is just the financial statement that required to be sent to the county for it, and the audit department has looked at it. This is what they presented.
Commissioner Taylor?
I have not looked at Commissioner Creed.
I didn't even know this one was in mine, so I have
You just got a little.
Very small bit that reaches into precinct 1.
Okay, that's a first.
And this meets the qualifications of the affidavit due to the not meeting threshold or debt threshold, so that they can do the affidavit. So, any further discussion? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion, we accept the financial statement and filing report for ESD number 7.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tulip, to accept the financial statement and filing affidavit report for Emergency Service District number 7 is presented. All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item number 7 is consider and take action on a reimbursement of $44,794 from Maybank ISD for material costs related to the interlocal agreement of August 1st, 2023. Commissioner?
Yes, Judge. First of all, the cover letter's kind of messed up. I used another one, and it needs to don't say ESD number 10 financials. It should say Maybank ISD. So if we can change that. But this is a check that is received from us. As you know, we had 2 interlocal agreements, one to chip seal the parking lot at Lakeview Elementary and Gun Barrel for Maybank ISD, and then also they did around like a tent. They made a new road from Heritage Parkway into the back side of the school to relieve some traffic off of Harbor Point Road. And this check is for all the materials that was used in these 2 projects.
If I can, so my total on the check, because I've got the check, is $47,994.
Okay.
That's
$44,790. $47,000.
$47,994.
okay. We can correct that in the motion if we have that direct amount.
$47,994.
Okay. Commissioner, if you would, when you get an opportunity, you'll resubmit that cover letter.
Okay.
Okay. Questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
Judge, I move we approve and accept the check from Maybank ISD for the interlocal agreements to the new road and the parking lot, and the check in the amount of $47,994.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tilley, seconded by Commissioner Spivey, to accept the reimbursement of, make sure I got this right, the reimbursement of $47,994 from Maybank ISD for material costs related to the interlocal agreement of August 1st, 2023. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item number 8 is receive financial reports. We do have those, and these are for the court-related financial reports for JPs, courts at law, and our districts. They are available for viewing by the public after court. Item number, item number 9, consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheet, which we have none to present today. Item 10 is consider and take action on submitted contracts, which we have none. Then item 11 is consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits. We have a few of those.
Precinct 2 and Precinct 4.
Commissioner Tubin.
Yes, Judge, this is from East Cedar Creek. They're still tying in different lines in the Leisureland subdivision, and this will be a road bore underneath Shady Shores Drive at the intersection of Janus and Shady Shores, tying in a 2-inch water main.
Questions for the commissioner? Commissioner also talks about 260 feet.
Yeah, yes, sir, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So that it is 260 feet from where they're doing the existing, where they have an existing flush valve, and from that point going 260 feet to an existing 2-inch water main under the road at Shady Shores.
Questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the proposed utility line activity for East Cedar Creek Water to go 260 feet with a 2-inch water main with a road bore to Shady Shores Drive.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the right-of-way agreement with East Cedar Creek Fresh Water Supply for installation of 260 feet of water line and a road bore with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? That one passes unanimously. I believe there's another one from the city of Maybank.
This one's from the city of Maybank. It's off of Twin Creek Lane, which is also known as County Road 2923. And they will be tying in from an existing water line and running it close to the fence on the backside of the bar ditch for a distance of 1,580 feet out to 175.
Questions for the commissioner?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the utility line activity for the city of Maybank to run a water line 1,580 feet off of County Road 2923 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the right-of-way agreement with the city of Maybank for the installation of water line along Twin Creek Lane with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Commissioner Rich.
Yes, Court. The first one, proposed utility line activities for Charter Spectrum to install a Class 5 30-foot pole with a power supply cabinet, and they'll be trenching 20 foot and installing 2 inches HDPE conduit on County Road 4224.
Questions? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for the proposed utility line activity for Charter Spectrum to install a Class 5 30-foot pole, a power supply cabinet, and 20 foot of HDPE conduit on County Road 4224 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCann to approve the right-of-way agreement with Charter Spectrum for installation along County Road 4224. All those in favor? Passes unanimously.
The second one, the work is being performed for Aqua Texas by Collier Construction Incorporated. They're wanting to do a road bore on Peninsula Circle there at their well, and they're going to install an 8-inch casing with a 4-inch water main line that's going to connect to their new well that they're putting over across the road there by Lake Athens there at the city, that joins the city property. And also, you might go ahead and do two. They got two of them here. You want to run them together?
Sure.
Same company here for Aqua Texas. They're wanting to install a driveway with a 15-inch culvert at the location going into their property where the new well site is.
Okay. Questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for Aqua Texas. Client is Collier Consulting Incorporated to install a 4-inch line bored under the road of Peninsula Circle and install a 15-inch culvert in a driveway into their property of the well
I'll second the motion.
with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCann to approve the right-of-way request with Aqua Texas for work on what road?
Peninsula Circle, it is actually, I think, 4812 is what we call it.
Peninsula Circle?
Yeah,
County
circle. Yeah, all of it's 4812, but you got, it comes to a Y and there's Peninsula Circle.
Okay.
Is where they'll be crossing actually. Instead of,
On Peninsula Circle with the Commissioner's authorization to sign? All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Court, I'm going to ask for some indulgence and move back up to submitted contracts. We did have one that is called Blue Orange, and we had a called IT meeting last week to make it to this particular agenda. And what this Blue Orange software is an employee onboarding system that is being provided through our association with AFLAC. And if I can, I'd like to have Ms. Bell come up and discuss this. And Court, again, I apologize, under item 10, consider and take action on submitted contracts, that we did not get this in, but it is imperative that we get this approved today. And it is at no cost to the county, so.
So it will allow us to go paperless. We think it's gonna have less user error because it will be being entered at open enrollment. Basically, the employee's gonna be in front of us, giving us information. We'll be putting it in, it'll be quicker. In the years past, it sounds like it's been a little hectic. It took 3 weeks to enter all the data because we have a time frame to get it in before the new deductible starts over. And so we just think it's going to be a faster process. Also, we can not a whole lot of overtime hours, for people doing the entry on the backside. And sounds like it has a really good reporting system as well.
Now, this system, we had a demonstration, and multiple offices were involved, those that do the onboarding and the payroll and everything that's associated with. And we truly believe that this is going to streamline the back office work, because even though we have several days of open enrollment, there is more time in the backside, and we know how chaotic open enrollment can be.
Right.
But there's even more in the background when you're talking about touching 350 employees'
Yes.
information.
Having to find PCPs. Some people don't have PCPs, and we have to, if they pick HMO, you have to put one in there. So it's time consuming. Yeah.
And it has some automated options in it to assist in notifying employees.
Yes. They said there's like a texting feature. Reminders. We can send out reminders to help them remember to get on there, or to be able to, like, the physical things, just those, the physicals, the tobacco, things like that, that will help notify them. Cybersecurity, just good to, and it goes to them, not a whole massive email type thing. So I think texting will be really good for it.
The IT committee ran them through multiple questions. We had everything discussing what could be possibly information covered under HIPAA and how you manage that. We went through any and everything you can think of, and the committee actually voted to recommend to the court that this software be used. And when I say be used, in the fact that it will not hinder or cause any issues with our IT workings, our network. This is a standalone system that is away from us. It doesn't touch us. It is a way to manage all of this employee information. So again, I apologize for not actually having the link in here.
And it's not, they don't sell everybody's information and different stuff like that.
They do not. That information is solely the county's information. It is not of access to anyone outside of that organization. We discussed what happens if we leave the use of that software. Any images and things in that are in a PDF format that is very flexible for us to obtain from them, though we have other methods that we use now also storing that same information, but we can safeguard all of that information in this process. It is at no cost.
And paperless is the future, so I think it would be really good to go paperless and do away with all the employee files we have in cabinets and keep them on the drive. I think would be real nice.
This is because of our association with AFLAC, who does our cafeteria plan. Just, any questions? I want to be very thorough, given the fact that this being a contract at no cost, that y'all have full visibility on. Anyone on the IT committee wish to?
I'll speak up a little bit about this. I'm actually really excited about it because not only are we getting this information, but this information that we're getting from the employees is actually uploading to our vendors. So that's something that we don't have to input or hire someone to do as well. So that's part of this program. They're going to come in, look at STW, they're going to upload that to STW, to the files. Same thing with Blue Cross. Any vendor that we have that does anything like that, they will send that information to them. So it's not something that Norma or anyone in my office or audit office has to go in and actually put input. It's going to automatically be done.
Any other questions or comments? If we have a motion to approve the agreement with Blue Orange.
I'll make that motion to approve the agreement with Blue Orange with the judge's signature.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and seconded by Commissioner Tootley to approve the agreement with Blue Orange with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Court, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Bell. We'll move back to item 12, which is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments.
I still have
think
think he had a few
Mark
more.
has
still
one
have
more.
one.
I thought we did them all.
He had
Still
one
another
more.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have finished. I wish you'd have stopped me before we jump back up there and did that.
Yes, Court, Bethel Ashes came to us. They're wanting to do a road bore on County Road 4819, address 6660. They got a right away within 40. I think they misprinted something here. Is 4822, is that one of your roads? That's not mine, is it? Well, I guess it'd be 6660 County Road 4819. 100-foot total from private to private.
3822 is mine.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think they've done something because it
Yeah,
says
they misprinted it.
they misprinted it. I bet this may be yours, and I don't know how they got 4819 up there.
We might need to hold off on
Let's
it.
hold
check
off
it.
on this one, find out exactly
See
what
whose
it's
it is.
Yeah, because they got two different numbers. I just noticed that up there, that they got 4819, and she sent it to me. So let's hold off on that one.
Okay.
Put it on next week.
All right, then we'll take no action on the Bethel Ash today. Any others? It's Angie's birthday. All right, then, we'll now move to item 12, which is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. There are no budget amendments, are there? Okay. Item 13, consider and take action on payment of bills. We do have those, Ms. Carpenter.
Yes, sir, for fiscal year 2023 in the amount of $483,267.56.
Commissioner Spivey,
My questions have already been answered, Judge.
Commissioner Tootley,
I have none.
Commissioner McCain.
No.
Commissioner Richardson.
No questions, Judge.
Entertain motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2023 bills in the amount of $483,267.56 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the bills in the amount of $483,267.56 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 14, consider and take action on submitted plats.
Two plats, one in precinct 1 and precinct 3.
Okay, Commissioner Spivey?
Yes, Court, I have one replat. This one's a little different. It took longer to get through to us because it's in two different subdivisions, but the lots touch each other. The two lots, 12 and 13, are in Wildwood Addition, and they're owned by the same owners. And then the lot in Point of View is owned by another person, and they're taking in, it looks like some lake lot frontage from the other ones behind them. But I do have all signatures from all owners, and Ms. Kimbrough's here if any other questions arise.
Ms. Kimbrough, this involves two different subdivisions, and they're joining lots from two different subdivisions?
Yes, sir. We kind of went through a lot of questions on this one. Went through with Mary Margaret, went through with the commissioner, went through with the property owners, and there are no active HOAs, and there was no opposition to that. Mary Margaret had, and like I said, this has gone on probably since January. The paperwork was done back in 2022, I believe, and there was some questions about the paperwork even back then. Went back to the table with these people. This is with the person that was negotiating this, so to speak, for the owners. And basically, the subdivisions have not been canceled that involve the two of these, but there's no activity that indicates they've been active in any way, shape, or form as far as HOA rules or regulations or anything like that for those times. So finally, I believe the last discussion was through the clerk's office as to whether or not they would even accept this as a replat, considering that they were initially two different subdivisions. So this is out there for the court. We've talked and talked about it.
Has the county attorney reviewed this?
County attorney, we talked to him about that, and his big questions were whether or not there was any activity regarding HOAs. And I believe that they said, if memory serves me, it had been years and years, as much as, I don't remember how many years it had been, but it had been a long time.
But I wouldn't think the HOA would have anything to do with it. It was the developer when he first signed both of these plats into, you're changing the outside boundary of these subdivisions.
Right, and we talked about that. We talked completely about that. Like Wendy said, it's different. It's here for the court to take a look at. This is really an unusual situation. The owners have been quite persistent through their
I'm sure they have. But
advocate.
see, the issue, when you have a subdivision formed,
Right,
the issue, that subdivision has to agree upon the changes.
right, I agree.
So we have agreement from both subdivisions, but they have no POA.
They have no standing, from my understanding. The POAs or the HOAs have no existing rules, regulations, or authority there. They were created but not canceled. The subdivisions have never been canceled that I can find.
The original plats are the controlling documents.
Yes, correct. It's like she said, this has been a tough one.
And the county attorney has weighed in?
The county attorney, I talked to him about that, and it was basically moved to the decision as to whether or not the clerk could accept one like this.
I thought you couldn't, for years you couldn't cross subdivision lines.
I think that little triangle had to be a separate parcel of land. They can combine this up here, but that part that's in that subdivision there that they're trying to combine with lot 49, with that little triangle would have to be a different parcel. You can't put them together, two different subdivisions. It's just like a survey.
Right.
These big surveys and stuff, the original surveys, usually they don't cross over the line combined of those either. There'd be a separate parcel of land, I think also.
Are these subdivisions, already have houses on them? Have they been developed?
Yeah.
They're developed. This was a change of property lines that were going to cross the subdivision plats, the way the subdivisions were platted. It's
Well, it looks to me
literally,
like if there was supposed to be an HOA in the subdivisions in the original document, we'd have to have something in writing. If we could even cross lines.
I think that, like Mark said, that's the way to fix it. That needs to be lot 13R. And they own 2 lots in different subdivisions.
it's right, they're completely separate. Inactive subdivisions, they're not canceled subdivisions, they're inactive.
The fact
No,
that there is a filed plat is the controlling portion of this, no different than a road in a subdivision, if a POA is active or not.
Right.
The controlling document is that plat, and you still can't address anything just on a whim, you know.
Right.
I'm not saying this is done on a whim. Those are some of the reasons why plating is so precise and so rigid, is because these documents are the controlling documents into the deeds.
Right. And all along, that was made very clear to the requesters that this would probably be a precedent situation for the court to decide whether it would be accepted or not accepted, or
I'd have to agree with
It's a tough
Commissioner
one.
Richardson too.
I could pass on it and let them get some more information before we bring it back. If they want to do that.
If we can, because crossing subdivision lines, that's something, we've even had issues with subdivision buffers, and it becomes very, very
touchy.
Yeah, we've told these developers
we-
that it was going to be up to the court because it was really different. We've never had anything like this before, so. And it's been going on and on and on since before she took over.
Right.
It was last year they sent it to me, and it was just strange.
It looks to me like they need to, on that lot 13, which is 12R on here, he needs to replat it and cut that little pie out like
Mark
Commissioner
said.
Ford said.
Yeah, he took the
And
boundary.
then that guy he'll own a piece of property in one edition and a piece of property in another edition that butts up
That
against
butts
each
up
other, but it's
against
still 2 different editions, subdivisions.
I'll table it or pass on it.
pass on it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the little triangle, that's that's in there, that's in the Wildwood North edition?
Wildwood North.
Okay, and then all this lower lots in here.
point of-
Okay, I see now. It's point of view.
Point of
edition.
view.
Yeah, that's what they'd have to do. I think
Right.
I'd go running across Clint, but I think it'd have to be two separate, make that a separate parcel in that edition, in that Wildwood North edition.
Okay. So I know when I first saw this thing is so old that I think the dates were changed on this particular submission, but they went back to 21 or it's been a mess for a long time.
It looks like that one lot's just trying to get lake frontage to me.
Right.
That's exactly.
Oh, he don't, yeah, he's trying to get lakefront.
Right.
Yeah. If he wants to buy, well,
Well,
Also,
they-
I think it needs to be worded a little different on the wording because they are taking lot 12 and 13 and combining them, and it doesn't say anything about
it's actually changing. This is